Good evening, boxing fans. Today I'm going to give you a timeline of the Amir Khan versus Timothy Bradley saga. At no point in these videos have I edited to make it sound like one boxer is saying something that they're not actually saying. All of this is the truth and can be seen on videos via the internet.
I'm making a challenge right now, baby. Manny Pacquiao. I challenge Manny Pacquiao at 147 pounds. Any of the top guys out there, especially you, Devin Alexander, I'll fight you next. You, Devin, Madonna, and Khan. I'll fight all of them.
Look at the future. Are you willing to fight a Khan or a Maidana?
Either or. Khan right now will probably be the number one on my list right now. But you know what? I want to get the fight fans. I want the fight fans to pick who I'll fight next, and I'll fight him.
Timothy Bradley, talk about what's next for you and who do you want?
I want Amir Khan. Right now, there's been talks. There's nothing solid yet, but they're talking about July 23rd, possibly here at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. I'm looking forward to a fight with Amir Khan. I know he has a big date coming up in April sometime. I'm sure he'll win, and then we can get it on.
Amir Khan says he'll return to the ring to defend his WBA light welterweight title for a 6th time in July. Khan, who was speaking the Sports Industry Awards last night, doesn't know who he'll be facing, but confirmed the fight is scheduled to take place in America on July the 23rd.
Looking at a few, wanted to fight Bradley to unify the division. I mean, he pulled out, he doesn't want to fight. He was talking a big fight, but no, I mean, he's just pulled out.
This message is for Khan, baby. You escaped. I let you escape. But please believe it. We will get it on. We will get it on. Just stay tuned. I'm telling you, we will get it on. Alright? On my terms, we will get it on. Alright?
If he feels today that he wasn't impressed with Khan's performance and that Khan is very beatable and so on, well, if he believes that, then I'm sure he must have believed the same a month ago or 2 months ago. So then that makes it even harder for me to understand why didn't he take the fight. If he thinks it's such a walk in the park, shit, you go and do the walk in the park, and it could have been him beating Khan last Saturday night. But instead, he's sitting on the sideline, finds himself in a lawsuit, has no fight lined up. I mean, I don't know.
It's a disaster, isn't it?
Okay, after watching the video and reading numerous articles on the internet, I've come to the conclusion that even though Timothy Bradley does have some reasons not for fighting Amir Khan, I don't think he wants to fight him anyway. First thing I'm going to point out is it was Timothy Bradley that first said he wants to fight Amir Khan, and since then negotiations have went downhill, but that could be due to his ongoing legal battle with his promoters. My second point is that he's rejected a fight with Amir Khan before. I mean, this was a fight where he had options. Not many boxers get options in boxing matches. It's either they get told what they're taking by their promoters, basically. Bradley's first option was everything in the middle, which split it 50-50. I'm just going to point out that Amir Khan brings a lot more money into the pot through pay-per-view in Britain than Timothy Bradley brings into the pot. The second option was that he would get a load of money up front, and I think the fee was £1.4 million. So if you want to change that to dollars, that's £1.4 million is basically you half it, which is 90,000, and then you put a dollar sign in front of that and add it to the other fee. So 1.4 plus 90,000 is $2.3 million. Just a quick thought as well. Gary Shaw, who was at that point in time Bradley's promoter, okayed that contract and said that was the best contract Timothy Bradley has ever had. So no one can turn around and say that that contract was not fair, because it was his greatest ever contract. biggest ever fight of his life. Everything's fair here, and he's been getting options, serious options that a lot of fighters do not get. For example, Marcus Maidana didn't get these options, but he didn't deserve them. He's not got a title. My next point is, I don't think Timothy Bradley thinks too much about what he says. He doesn't have the PR staff and other people telling him what to say, like people like Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao do. For example, he phoned up a radio station, this is all on YouTube, you can find it. He said, if I lose to Amir Khan, I won't be able to he said I'll be out the running of a fight with Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao. Well, that's true, but if Timothy Bradley wins, he'll be the third greatest fighter in the world, and also he could pretty much pick and choose whoever he wanted to fight in the world. He could get more money for his fights. I mean, the pros really do overstack the cons in this, in this situation. Really, it shows that, does he have doubt in his mind? That's a real question you have to think about. Does he have doubt? Lastly, I'd like to point out that Timothy Bradley knows he's not stupid. He knows that if he keeps his undefeated record, he will get a shot at Mayweather, or he'll get a shot at Pacquiao, probably in a year's time. And if he loses this fight, let's say to Khan, then he won't get the shot. Because if they do, the other two fighters will be criticised dramatically for picking a boxer who just got battered by another one. He's not stupid. His next fight will be against a Jose Alushigan, who's from Nigeria, I think, or Ghana. I think it's Nigeria. And that's actually going to be a hard fight for him. I believe it will be. But if he wins that, defends his title again, then he could be setting himself up for an all-American bout against Floyd Mayweather. Okay, so is Timothy Bradley running from Amir Khan? The short answer is yes, in a way. He knows he can't afford to lose a fight, and therefore he's going to take easy fights until he gets his big payday. And the biggest point that I can make now is, I can understand why. I don't applaud him for it, because as a fan, I want to see the best fights possible. And at 140, the best fight possible is Timothy Bradley versus Amir Khan. And if that fight doesn't happen, I will not watch Timothy Bradley again. I can promise you that. I will watch Amir Khan again, because he's at least trying to make the fight happen. But at the end of the day, I can understand why Timothy Bradley is doing it. What would you rather get paid? $2.3 million for a possible loss against Khan, or at least $4 million for a possible loss against Mayweather? That's just food for thought. Tell me what you think, please.